Hi guys, today we're going to react to Partners by the Brandos. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Mice and Men. Thank you, Mice and Men, for yet another oldie request.
Thank you, Mice and Men. As always, we appreciate the support. This is from a live performance, I think a live album. It was a bit tough to find, but I hope the quality is good enough, but we'll find out.
I'm gonna change the mood here a little bit. As soon as we get this acoustic guitar going. There we go. I'm very sorry. Mister, did you come in search of water? I'll bet you're thirsty or alright. How'd you like to be my partner? Mister, we're at me tonight. There's a house upon a hillside. People there ain't no damn good. They've got gold, they've got silver. I'd like to have it if I could. Feel that wind, feel that love. It's worse than stealing when a man is tired. You know my life has been a nightmare. I won't bore you with the news, but I can sum you up by the pill. I ain't no hungrier than you.
I love it when Mice and Men sends in a request. The songs she picks connect with me in a different frequency. It's like it awakens something deep inside that I don't often feel. You kind of forget the spectrum of your taste in music, since there's a lot of music you don't listen to on a daily basis. But when she comes up with those requests, I'm reconnected to a time where I was younger and used to listen to music like that. Even though the subject matter is quite severe, it gives a feeling of solace, because that type of song that you'd expect to hear in a Western, something that tells a story, a tragic story, or some sort of tale like that. I don't think I remember this particular song, but I immediately got engaged.
Well, that's what nostalgia does. And even though I'm not sure I've heard the song before, it still awakens a feeling of nostalgia, like you said, of something dormant. Because we used to listen to a lot of music like this, similar to this then, and it's not really done much these days. I think that's the the main difference. It's like this old sort of folk rock, I guess, a little bit of country, and and it's always about the story. It's a storytelling thing here, and it's not terribly difficult to follow, but I kind of want to see it through to the end before commenting on the actual story. But musically, I think they're fantastic. Lead singer has a great voice. Brandos are one of those bands that I've heard about before, but I couldn't, name a song of theirs before. This is the second request from Mice and Men for a Brandos song, the second time we covered them. But before that, I couldn't name a song of theirs off the top of my head.
I could either.
So this album is actually one that I know the title of. It's like Live in Exile. I've heard it before, but it's like I could never pinpoint any of the music because I never really listened to them a lot. I heard there's a song here and a song there, that kind of thing, but they are very, very good. It's like it's almost a shame that I didn't really go deep into their work, which I hope to do in the future, unless, of course, we continue to cover them on the show. I'd rather do them as first time listens, But really good. Really enjoying this.
I love the minimalist composition of the different elements, the music, the guitar, and his voice. It's not overbearing. There are not a million different components in that performance. You get like a raw sound, but each and every one of those elements, the guitar, his voice, the whole performance, it hits right on the spot. It connects right with that frequency, with that nostalgic frequency that awakens these emotions. I love that about these songs, because as you said, I don't think I hear it in contemporary music too often. It does exist, but I don't think I hear it.
It just, for me, it just reminds me of a lot of different artists that I used to listen to a lot and I haven't listened to in a while, but I really love.
I just want to go off and live on a ranch after listening to a song like that.
Feel that wind, feel that love. There's worse than stealing when a man is tired and good. I didn't know we had a gun. Such a shame to leave you lying, but you know I've got to run. You know the law has gone along. I've been around, I know it well. And then I can't get on to catch me. They'll have to chase me in hell. Feel that way.
Wow,
beautiful. I love how the style of the song, as you said, it's got a little bit of country. It reminds me of a time, I have nothing to compare it to, but it takes me back to that film that I love, The Magnificent Seven. It describes a time where you had specific professions that you can understand why they exist. Farmers or gold miners and gunslingers. So in this specific song, it depicts a guy who's apparently a gunslinger and a criminal who's trying to convince another man to join him on a heist or a robbery. And in the song, it depicts that they're both down on their luck. They both have very low means. They have nothing to eat, and that's the only way the guy who wants to rob knows how to get some money. It puts images in my head about that specific time, the Wild West. Like gunslingers are abundant, and that's the only way they know how to make a living, by robbing or by using their guns.
First of all, you mentioned the Magnificent Seven, which is something you should know better as to sort of not to do here, because if we start talking about the Magnificent Seven, it'll be a 3-hour-long episode, because it's my favorite film of all time. Love that movie to death. The thing here also, you mentioned that the character is a gunslinger. I don't see it that way. I don't think it's a gunslinger because I don't think either one of them had a gun. So these are two simple, either farmers or wannabe cowboys kind of thing or whatever, but they're probably either, I don't know why in my mind they're sort of youngish. But basically one of them tries to talk the other one into committing a crime out of desperation. What left me a bit uncertain by the end of it is whether or not our narrator, you know, the character who convinces the other guy, is actually duping him into it, basically knowing he's going to put the other guy at risk so he can take a bullet and he can, you know, get away potentially.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
So yeah, it does a little bit, but it's a little bit unclear. But I would lean that way. So this is actually somebody who's like confessing something that they did, but not exactly confessing guilt as such. He's not admitting to what he does, which is why this is uncertain, but he is telling the story of what he did. So he's confessing the crime, but not necessarily what he may have done to this other person. Even the way he addresses him at the end, hey, friend, sorry that you're dying. I didn't know he had a gun. Just feels a little bit, such a
Shady.
shame to leave
Yeah.
your line, but but I gotta run.
Yeah.
It just feels that way. It does come of that sort of almost like I don't know about the Great Depression, but a certain time of depression where people, were desperate because they had no means. He was looking for water and he couldn't find any, like to drink. So he's basically telling him about he knows of a house where people live who basically have some money. They've got gold and they've got silver.
Yeah.
I'd like to have it if I could. So he's even there talking about what he would like to have and not what he would like to share with his newfound partner. But it's like also about that feeling of freedom, becoming an outlaw kind of thing. Feel that wind, feel it blow. There's worse than stealing when a man is tired and cold. So he knows there's potentially murder afoot. So yeah, no, just a very cool, very interesting song. He goes on to say, my life has been a nightmare, but I won't bore you with the details kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I can sum you up by looking, I ain't no hungrier than you. So he's saying we're in the same boat, we're in the same situation. Let's go and do this thing because we got to do it to survive. So he pretends it's a survival thing, but he's actually, it might still be, but he's using the other guy to survive, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a very interesting angle, to tell a story and the way to do it. And musically, they're such an underrated band, There's something fantastic also about the live delivery here with like the backing vocals. The guy who does the backing vocals sings the chorus, and the lead singer is actually accompanying him with all the sort of more gritty voice and a little bit of a louder kind of almost scream of desperation. It just sounds so freaking good. Love this song.
Yeah, it's a good song. The lyrics actually hint to the sinister nature of the criminal persuading the other guy. As you said in that verse, hey friend, sorry that you're dying. I didn't know he had a gun, such a shame, and so forth. It tells me that it's not the first time he's seen a guy dying over something that he initiated. It didn't surprise him that that his partner's dying. And also in the last verse, he says, the law has got a long arm. I've been around. I know it well. But if they're ever going to catch me, they'll have to chase me into hell. This person has been in prison. This person knows a life of crime. It's not something new to him. It's not just out of desperation. There's a sinister intention behind all that. He's never going to allow himself to get caught, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get what he needs. And also, when he says, I'd like to have those the gold of those people and that silver, just the fact that he's been casing that house and knows that it is there, it means that the criminal life is in his, it's what he does. And I'd like to have it means I like to have all of it. It's not just out of desperation. He speaks in that tone in order to convince that the person who probably actually is more desperate than him, because he doesn't have a solution for his situation while he does, robbing people.
It's kind of a story of a low life, if you think about it the way we are. He's not just a criminal who's desperate. He's a criminal who uses other people and risks their lives to save his own.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool tale. And again, they are storytellers.
When I listen to the Brandos, it kind of boggles me how can people listen to that or be less aware of that there is such a band as the Brandos and not immediately fall in love with their music. I know it's subjective, but what's not to love? Say if you're a person of our age range, so you'd more be able to connect with music like that.
It's a matter of exposure, A lot of people have not been exposed to them. I hope that in some way we can spread the word out a bit more and get more people to listen to this music, because it is fantastic. So thank you, Mice and Men. We are loving these requests. We would love to do more because they are just so good. It's like music for the soul. And yeah, we appreciate the support. So thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Mice and Men. We've enjoyed reacting to the Brandos once again. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks again, guys. Always a pleasure doing this. It gives us a lot of joy. And we love having all the support, all the views and engagement. And we would love to see more in the future. So we'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. We hope to see you all then. Thank you very much, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.